guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elena, and in this channel I make lots of videos about the banking career, how to get a job in the bank, and just be able to help you guys with interview questions and just provide you guys some feedback on your career journeys. So in today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about how to get a job at the bank or even anywhere, how to get a job really fast if you have no experience and if you are new to Canada or the US, or you just graduated from school and have zero experience and you really want to work in the bank, or even this applies to any job if you want to get a job really fast. So I wanted to share a few tips with you guys. The first tip would be recruiting agencies. So I'm actually a recruiter now. I used to work in the bank and now I am working as a recruiter hiring for the bank. So I'm able to give you guys advice that will actually be valuable because I'm a recruiter myself who hires candidates and looks for candidates. So I'm in a good place to give you guys the right advice. So by recruiting agencies, I mean, so there's different types of employment agencies. Some employment agencies are specifically for banking, some are specifically for manufacturing jobs. So I used to work at an agency which only hired for manufacturing jobs, and people would get a job really fast even through that agency. So if you don't really know what's an employment agency, let me tell you guys a little bit about how it works. So basically employment agencies help people find a job through them. So they're basically like the middle person. So if you go to an employment agency, they have direct contact with the hiring managers of that client. So for example, let's say you want to work for JP Morgan. So the employment agency will have direct contact with JP Morgan to find them people to work for certain positions. So that's how they make money, because they get money for finding people for them. So it kind of works both ways. It works for you because you get to find a job, and for them it's good because they found somebody to fill the job. So yeah, what you can do is search for recruiting agencies that hire for those specific positions. So for example, I work for a recruiting agency now that hires specifically for the big banks, so like the top 5 banks, and we find candidates every day. And it's a lot easier because when you go to a recruiting agency, your chance of getting an interview and getting hired is a lot faster than you applying on the website. Because if you go on the website, so many applicants are applying, or even if you go on recruiting websites and try to apply for different jobs, it's going to take you a long time because so many applicants are applying and you're not competitive enough. But with the recruiting agency, they actually do a quick interview with you first to make sure that you are a good fit for the position, and then they refer you to the hiring managers. So for us, what we do is we give people a quick call and we sort of screen them, ask them certain questions, make sure they're meeting the qualifications, and then we send their resume directly to the hiring manager. Then the hiring manager reviews the resume and they usually do interviews within a week or so. So the process is also pretty fast. If you're trying to get a job really fast, recruiting agency is the way to go, because with them you can get a job a lot faster, and there's usually just one interview because the agency has already sort of talked to you and they know you're a good fit. So the client has confidence in you, and so they won't be doing so many interviews. I've had some interviews for the bank that were like more than 3 interviews, which was a long process, and it took me like 2 or 3 months to get hired. But with this process it's a lot faster. Once you pass the interview, then there's the background checks, and then from there you go on. So yeah, this tip really does work. If you don't really know how to contact recruiting agencies, all you gotta do is go to Google and search for a recruiting agency near you. So just search like recruiting agency for banking, for example, and you'll see like a list of agencies near you. You just give them a call and tell them you're looking for a job. Usually they'll invite you for like an in-person sort of chat to make sure to see like what you're looking for, or they'll just give you a call to see like what you qualify. They'll ask you to send your resume, review your resume, and then from there they always contact you for new opportunities, or just tell you about an opportunity that's available right now, and then you just submit your resume. Tip number 2 would be LinkedIn, and I've mentioned this in another video in the past, and I want to keep mentioning it because I feel like it's such a powerful recruiting website, and it's such a good website for you to find a job and be more competitive, because a lot of the websites like Indeed, Monster, ZipRecruiter, these websites, a lot of people apply for jobs and there's like everybody knows about it. But LinkedIn, not a lot of people have LinkedIn profiles. You'd be surprised to know that a lot of people don't even use LinkedIn. So when you go and apply through LinkedIn, you are more competitive. And not only that, but hiring managers, they really like people who have a LinkedIn profile because they know that you're real. They kind of see your background there listed already. They see your picture. They can trust you more than a random website where you just have your resume on there. So LinkedIn is a great way. I highly encourage you guys to apply to jobs through LinkedIn. And also another way is to message recruiters or hiring managers on LinkedIn. So if you just go search, like, let's say, for example, RBC, if you search RBC hiring manager or RBC recruiter on LinkedIn, you'll come across several profiles of people who are hiring for jobs or even just hiring managers. You can send them a quick message and tell them that you're looking for an opportunity, and send them your resume and let them know that you do qualify for their positions. This may not always work. You may not even hear back from them, but sometimes it does. Like for me, I did message a few people before I got a job, and one person actually did respond, and that person actually got me an interview, and then I got the job. So there you go. I just found a job so fast rather than waiting through the whole process of going through so many applicants on a website like Monster, where so many people apply. So LinkedIn is definitely a good source to use when you're job hunting. Tip number 3 would be referral bonuses. So referral bonuses, what I mean by that is, so if I work for a company and let's say I refer you to that company to come work with me, I get money for that. I get paid like a certain amount to be able to find people for the company. So whenever you get a new job, they're always like, if you have any friend or family member that you'd like to refer, we give this much bonuses to you, or this much or this amount. So it's really good for both sides. The person who's referring you actually gets paid, and you get to find a job. So referral is a great way to get a job. What you can do is, don't be afraid to ask people to help you. Don't be afraid to ask your friend, your family member, if they're hiring in their company, or even a random stranger on LinkedIn. You can message them and ask if they can refer you. I'm sure they would be happy to do so, because like I said, they get paid to do that. But you gotta make sure that you're qualified. So don't just message anyone. Make sure you have the qualifications, and prepare a good speech and a good resume. Send it to them and ask if you can refer. Chances are they would, if you're a great fit. My last tip would actually be Monster. So I know I mentioned before that these websites aren't so good. However, I do like one of them, which is Monster. With Monster, you can actually post your resume and have anyone contact you regarding opportunities. With other websites, you can't really do that. Like, you can't leave your contact details. But with Monster, you can actually leave your phone number on there, and anyone can reach out to you. So if you are looking for a job, you may sort of speed up the process if you also leave your resume on Monster for people to contact you. So when I was looking for a job, I was applying to a lot of jobs, and I also had my resume up on Monster. And every here and there, I would get a call from a recruiter telling me that they have an opportunity that matches my resume. So that's a really great way, because recruiters always refresh Monster and always look for new people that fit for the roles they're looking for. So I highly encourage you guys to upload your resume on Monster, and just wait for it, and you'll see, you'll get a lot of calls. Anyways guys, thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope my tips helped you. If you guys do have any questions, be sure to leave it in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to respond. Bye bye.